Alright fam, you ready for some more of that berserk?
My man, the people have been ready. You don't see your comments?
Yeah, but you know, I gotta do my build up and then go into the—
Man, screw a build up. The fam is trying to see this story unfold. Play that intro, son.
Alright, so last time, we watched as the White Falcon single-handedly took down the Purple Rhino Knights, thus winning the 100-year war for Midland.
So obviously the king decided to give these guys a promotion because they're out here doing the damn thing. But a bunch of nobles, including the queen, didn't like the fact that this boy Griffith was out here trying to be somebody.
So they carried out a plan to kill the man, but it fails, and they all die because of it. Except for that weird bald dude who I'm surprised Griffith hasn't killed yet.
Yeah, this is the second time he let this man live. But I mean, if he's trying to run this kingdom, he can't be out here killing everyone.
True. But after all that noble murdering, Griffith and his boy Guts return to the Band of the Falcon, and everyone is hyped to see Griffith because they thought he was dead.
Especially Casca. You know she loves the dude.
After this, the band enjoys a few days of peace. Midland holds the queen's funeral, and luckily for Griffith, everything regarding her murder just gets swept under the rug as some kind of last attack from Tudor. But if you guys don't remember, Guts has been feeling conflicted about staying with the band. What Griffith said about only being friends with a person who has his own dreams really stuck with him. So he's been planning to leave the Falcons once the 100-year war ends.
Well, the war is over, so with nothing holding him back, Guts packs his things and heads out. But Casca sees him and rushes outside before he gets too far.
If it isn't obvious, Casca is starting to feel for our boy. So she tries to convince him to stay, but Guts is like, Casca, we spoke about this. I gots to go, but I hope everything works out with you and Griffith. But before he dips, Judo and Corcus show up like, hold up bro, let's go talk about this.
They head to a bar, then Judo starts asking Guts what's up. Why you trying to leave, bro? Tired of carrying us?
But on the contrary, Guts tells him that he likes it here with the Falcons. And these have honestly been the best years of his life. But before he gets a chance to continue, Corcus butts in being salty as ever.
If you didn't already know, Corcus has been on the fuck Guts train ever since our boy joined the Falcons. My man just exists, and Corcus be like, I took that personally.
So Corcus lets our boy have it. He starts yelling at him saying, bro, I don't even know why we're wasting our time with you here. We finally got the good life. We're nobles. We get to chill with noble women. You know how hard it is for commoners like us to get that shit? And now you're out here saying you want to throw it all away. My mans, are you dumb? Then Guts basically tells him that he wants to do more than just swing his sword around and kill. He goes into this emotional monologue about how since he was a kid, he was raised to be a weapon, but he wants to be more than that now. Seeing Griffith risk everything for his dreams inspired him, but he's sick of looking up to the guy. Guts wants to stand beside Griffith with his own dream, something that he can say he accomplished. And I vibe with that heavy, fam. I get it, Guts. You see your boy Griffith out here achieving the impossible thanks to his ambitions, and you want to attain that feeling of accomplishing something great. He wants to achieve a goal that he set out for himself, not someone else. I feel like it's the same reason why a lot of us go out looking for our passion. You see someone famous doing big things and you also want to do big things, but in your own way. Like, yeah, helping someone achieve their dreams is always great, and I feel like we should all do our part to help our friends achieve their dreams, but nothing feels greater than finding your passion and working towards a goal involving that passion. I definitely say that's one of my motivations for being a content creator.
Hey, don't you? Nobody cares. Anyways, after Corcus hears what Guts has to say, he starts yelling again. I feel like he forgot that Guts can break him with one hand. He tells our boy that Griffith is only able to go for his dreams because he's special. Regular people like them don't have that luxury. They just gotta work hard and make do with what they got.
Then Guts looks at him like, sounds like someone's salty because they couldn't achieve their dream.
Stunned by the comment, Corcus gets tight because he knows Guts is right. Then he dips.
After that, Judo tells Guts that he supports him in his choice, and that he hopes that he finds his something. Then he begins walking him out the kingdom.
While the two go for what might be their last stroll together, Judo randomly brings up Casca. Just like us, he's been peeping the little hints, so he tells Guts to why not try his luck with her.
And Guts is like, bro, you know she loves her some Griffith. She doesn't want my ass. Then Judo's like, nah bro, Griffith and Casca will never happen. Yeah, Casca may want the man bad, but Griffith is trying to run this kingdom. Therefore, he's going for Princess Charlotte. Then he turns back to Guts like, so knowing all that, I gotta ask again, why not try your luck with Casca? Don't you want to hold her? And Guts gets all nervous like, damn, I don't know, bro. I mean, is she bad? Yes. Is she a real one? Absolutely. But she's got her eyes on Griffith, bro. As I am now, I am no good for her. Goddamn, Miura. Why you so good? This shit right here hit me all in my emotions, son. My man knows he likes her. I know you guys can tell, but still he's like, nah, I gotta focus on myself and better myself. The maturity, the growth, the development. Guts is out here teaching lessons, fam. Focus on being a better you before you go out and try to find love in someone else.
So after that, Guts and Judah run into the rest of the band, including Griffith. Corkus starts talking his shit again, then leads Guts telling him, if I ever catch you in the battlefield, you better watch your back. But if you don't sit down before Guts kills you.
Unfazed by Corkus' sodium-fueled hate, Guts leaves and almost breaks when he passes by Casca. You can see it in his face.
But then Griffith stops him with this cold, lifeless stare. It's the kind of stare that lets you know you fucked up.
He scolds his old friend saying, you belong to me, Guts. Who gave you the right to leave the squad? Anyone else can leave, but you? Nah, you here for life. Then he challenges Guts to a duel. If our boy wins, then he gets to take his freedom back.
Guts looks at him like, damn bro, I was looking for a hug or some shit. But if you want the hands, then I shall give you the hands.
Casca tries to stop them, but the band holds her back. This is something that only Guts and Griffith can settle. They lunge forward simultaneously, then the band watches in shock as Guts defeats Griffith in one clean swoop. Devastated, the Falcon leader collapses as Guts walks past him. Then he wishes his old friends farewell and leaves.
That night, Guts camps out alone in the woods for the first time in a long time. He comments on how it's been a grip since he's been on his own, and this is just something that he's gonna have to learn to deal with again.
While he meditates near the campfire, he starts having doubts. What if this was all a mistake? What if he's just throwing a good thing away? But he knows that this uncertainty will only drag him down. He needs to push forward, even if he has no idea where he's going to end up. And this is once again hella relatable. Once you take that leap to follow your dreams, those inhibitions and doubts start kicking in and you start thinking, damn, did I make a mistake? Trust me, I know. I felt the same way when I dropped out of college. Like, the doubts are still there. They're still lingering in my mind rent-free. But if you don't believe in yourself and push forward, then those doubts will stagnate you. Anyways, while Guts thinks about this, he feels an ominous presence similar to Zod.
Our boy swings his sword around, but finds no one. Then from the shadows of the forest, the mysterious Skull Knight appears.
He confronts Guts saying, I see the wheels of fate are turning. Guts, in a year's time your life will be fucked, but it's okay. You literally plopped from a corpse, which means you were born in the struggle, raised by the struggle, so you must continue to fight back and struggle or else. Then he leaves.
So you're just gonna stop by and drop cryptic messages? That doesn't help, bro!
But after that confrontation, we move back to Midland. Princess Charlotte is feeling hella depressed in her castle because there's been a lot of death around her, and she can't deal.
Her maids leave her for the night, but once she's alone, guess who shows up? This wild bull Griffith. The dude is hanging from a tree outside, and Charlotte has been fiending for this man, so she lets him in her room.
Almost immediately, she starts crying about how much she missed him, asking him why he didn't visit her sooner. I mean, he was in a war, Charlotte, and he did almost get murdered, so your boy has been pretty busy.
But the funny part about this is that Griffith keeps this lifeless stare throughout the whole thing. The kind of face that screams, bruh, I could have been at home in my bed beating my meat right now. Now this girl is crying on my chest and shit, like I care about her problems.
Then out of nowhere, he starts making out with the princess, and he's going in like he's not trying to end the night with a kiss. And all that touching leads to them having sex.
Griffith, what are you doing?
And from what it looks like, he's not really having sex for lustful desires. He's mad that Guts not only left him, but was able to leave him so easily. That was probably the first time someone tossed him away like that for their goals. Here, the sex makes him feel like he's in control again. But him just being here is a big fuck up on his part.
Yeah, he forgot that he's still a commoner, and this is the goddamn princess. And princesses are constantly being watched. So while Griffith is, clapping cheeks, a maid peeps and calls the guards.
After the act, Griffith breaks down holding himself because he knows what he did was wrong. But he has no time to spare. He tries to sneak out the princess's room, but he gets caught by the castle's guard.
He's detained and visited by the King of Midland, who is not happy about this dude sleeping with his daughter without permission. He starts going off, talking about how he was the only one who believed in them when the whole kingdom thought the Falcons were just commoner trash. And the guy has a point. I mean, the king was a real one up until this point. He gave them the promotion of a lifetime, for Christ's sake. But as he's going on this rant, Griffith strikes back with a very disturbing comment. He tells the king, you just mad because I got to your daughter when you secretly wanted her all this time.
Meaning, the king is a sick fuck who has a thing for his own daughter. Something is really wrong with some of these characters, for real.
Pissed by Griffith's comment, the king starts going off with the whip. Then he calls in the help of the hunchback of crack cocaine. He tells the human, I guess, to torture Griffith to his heart's content. Then he leaves.
Meanwhile, the Falcons are waiting in an open field. They were called here by who they thought was Griffith, but it turns out to be a trap. Arrows rain from the sky and take down a shit ton of the Falcons. Even little Rickard gets shot, but he takes it like a champ.
The band realizes that they're surrounded, and with no leader they begin to panic. But Casca takes the helm and leads a few Falcons she can to safety.
So since Guts' departure, Griffith lost his shit and ended up being captured, and now the Falcons are in danger of getting wiped out.
Which sucks. But we ain't got time for their problems right now, because we gotta talk about what Guts is doing. And for that, we gotta do a quick time skip. A year after the Falcons got ambushed, we find our boy watching a combat tournament from the sidelines. He just watched the most recent match with an assassin from a foreign land and a mercenary. Now he wants it on the smoke.
He challenges the assassin and beats him no problem. Then the person running the tournament goes to him like, bro, you mad strong. You wanna work for me and hunt some bandits in my territory? But Guts is good. Right now he's focused on his new passion, and that's finding people stronger than him to test his strength.
So he was mad about only knowing how to swing his sword, but now he's traveling around the world looking for tough opponents to fight?
Yeah, but it's different now because he's fighting to improve himself, not just for survival.
Okay, but he's still just swinging his sword around though. I thought my boy was gonna start writing poetry or some shit, I don't know. Anyways, the tournament runner insists that Guts takes him up on his offer. Then he drops the name of the bandits he's after. It's the Band of the Falcon, or what's left of them.
This brings us back to the Falcons, who are in a very, very depressing state.
Kasuga's been leading the band this whole time, but they're on their last leg.
Good news is they have a basic idea of where Griffith is. Bad news is they have nowhere near the people power to save him.
And to make matters worse, they get ambushed again. And this time, the assassin that Guts beat in the tournament is a part of the enemy squad.
The Falcons start losing even more people, and a tired Kasuga isn't able to handle the well-rested assassin. He gets the upper hand and puts her in a corner, but in true anime protagonist fashion, Guts shows up at the last minute to put the band on his back again.
The Falcon fam sees Guts and they get the morale boost they needed. With him leading the attack, they force the enemies to retreat.
Then everyone runs up to him, hyped to see him back.
They give him an update on the state of things, and Guts can't help but feel a little guilty because everything went to shit literally a day after he left.
However, Guts will have a chance to redeem himself. They tell him about their plan to save Griffith, and from the look on his face, you can tell he's down for the cause.
After sharing details about their depressing lives, the Falcons ask Guts what he's been up to. It's been a year and he just now heard about the fall of the Falcons. He had to be doing something.
So he tells him about his training. He went to the mountains and trained for a minute, and through that training, he realized that wielding his sword is the one thing that feels natural to him.
Afterwards, his boy Judo hits him with the Kasuga details. Not about how she's doing though. He specifically tells him that in her sleep, she was calling for both Griffith and his name.
Hey, so she missed him.
Yup, Judo then tells him that right now, she's in a bad spot, but she's not gonna listen to them. The only person that can talk to her right now is Guts.
So while everyone is sleeping, Guts waits by a tree. Then Kasuga confronts him and tells him to come with her. They move far from the band. Then my girl starts fighting Guts.
Damn, I expected a heart-to-heart, but okay.
Well, I guess in this case, they're having a sword to sword.
Ah, don't you? Go to your corner, that one hurt. So Guts is dodging Kasuga's sword swings like they're nothing. And Kasuga's yelling at him, telling him that this is all his fault. He abandoned Griffith, now they're in this mess.
And Guts is like, Kasuga, it's just me. How the hell did my departure cause such a problem? Obviously, Guts didn't know how important he was to the squad.
And obviously, you forgot you're still on timeout. So Kasuga's yelling at Guts, but it ends when she tells him that Griffith's no good without him. Then he grabs her sword, giving this really depressed look. Then he says, bro, I was just trying to do my own thing. She pulls back after realizing that she was wildin', then she just kind of breaks. She wants to be Griffith's sword, but when Guts showed up, he became the sword. And she caved and be his woman because she knows he has to get with Charlotte to achieve his dreams. Her dream had already ended, and she didn't want to believe it. So overcome with sadness, she lets herself fall off the cliff. But Guts runs up and catches her, then pulls her back up. Then he starts yelling at her because, how are you gonna try to kill me, then have me almost die to save your life again?
Can I talk now?
You done with them stupid ass jokes?
Yes.
All right, you may speak.
So Kasuga apologizes because she realizes she's always getting him hurt. Then finally, after pages of sexual tension, they kiss.
Then they fuck, like a lot. Kasuga even mentions how she could tell it was his first time.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how to put this, but the scene felt real. Like the dialogue between Kasuga and Guts was just really good. Like I felt it in my soul. Especially when he loses it because he starts thinking about the whole situation with Donovan and Gambino. Then she comforts him and it's just, my feels! Right in the feels! So the morning after, Kasuga asked a big question. Guts, are you gonna stay after we rescue Griffith? And it's cute because now that she's accepted her feelings for Guts, she gets all hyped when she asks him. But Guts is like, sorry bruh, I still gotta leave.
Damn, my boy really about to smash and dip.
No, hold on. You know Guts wouldn't do that to Big Sis. He can't stay because he's finally found his own thing, and that thing is to wield his sword. He's found life in his sword, and the sparks created when swords clash, so he wants to dedicate his life to honing his skills and fighting strong opponents.
Ha, he sounds like Goku with a sword.
No, don't you ever compare Guts to Goku.
All right, bro, damn.
So at first, Kasuga is like, wow, you really have grown. You're sounding a lot like Griffith. But then she immediately gets mad saying, all you men are trash. It's all about your dreams. What about me? How are you just gonna leave us again?
Then Guts stops her and is like, just come with me.
And Casca gets all shy and shit, but she doesn't give a clear answer. She just calls him stupid and then kisses him. But far, far away, a big ass demon appears out of nowhere and starts destroying parts of the forest. Now, something beyond human knowledge has begun to stir. And that's where we'll stop for this part. But fam, we're nearing the conclusion. The next part will for sure be the last part. And I promise that this will be coming out sooner rather than later. I'm not gonna work on Honest Gaming History until this is done because I know y'all want this ending.
And if he ends up slacking again, I'll just beat him up for y'all.
I mean, you don't have to do that.
No, I feel like this is the perfect motivation for you. Make part 5 ASAP or Casty's hands infuse with the power of the fam.
Well, damn, okay, I guess I better get to work. What's going on, fam? Thank you guys so much for watching this new video. I am so hyped that we're finishing this Berserk series because 1, I'm hyped to just talk about the ending with you guys, and 2, like that means I could finally start going into other manga. Like I have so many manga I want to talk about, like Jigo Kuraku, Kaiju number 8. I didn't even start that yet, but I want to talk about it. Shaman King I want to read for the first time. I've only seen bits and pieces of the dubbed anime, so yeah, there are a whole bunch of manga and anime I want to get into, and I feel like because of the Berserk series, I felt like I was doing an injustice by going into other manga / anime without finishing this series first. So yeah, it's about to be over. We're about to see Griffith fuck everybody's life up, and it's gonna be crazy, but we'll get through it together as a family. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like. Shout out to my patrons. Without you guys, I would not be able to make videos like this. And if you are not already a patron but would like to become one, go to my Patreon page in the description below and find out how you can support the channel for as little as $1 a month. However, if you cannot support the channel financially, that's completely fine. You just being here, watching the video, that helps out a lot, fam, so thank you. But yeah, check out my social media down here. Watch some more videos over here if you want to see more of me. And with that being said, be easy, stay lit, Black Lives Matter, stay healthy out there, and don't forget, you can do whatever the hell you put your mind to. All it takes is time and patience. Wow, that's not it. All it takes is practice and time. Peace out, fam.